Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office Annual Awards Ceremony. My name is Commander Patricio Rojas, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's ceremony. On behalf of the Sheriff, Todd Baxter, and all the members of MCSO, thank you for being here today to show your support and for celebrating with us as we recognize the outstanding achievements of these members of the Sheriff's Office. At this time, I would ask everyone to please stand as the Sheriff's Honor Guard, accompanied by the Gates Keystone Club Police and Drums, present our national colors. We will be reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Deputy Katie Levy. I will ask that all uniformed personnel please follow the command of the Honor Guard. Honor Guard, present colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing as I invite MCSO Chaplain Deputy Kevin Cudney to the stage, who will offer today's invocation.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we welcome this time to celebrate the special accomplishments that these deputies have earned. As we celebrate, may we always remember what it takes to keep our community safe. May we always strive to better our county by our decisions and actions. Bless our time together as we celebrate and acknowledge these recipients and their great actions. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce our MC for this afternoon's ceremony. Please welcome Monroe County Sheriff's Office Director of Communication, Amy Young.
Thank you, Commander, and welcome everyone. I want to thank you today for joining us and recognizing and acknowledging those who are being honored for their accomplishments. The Sheriff's Office formal awards process for the recipients being recognized today actually began several months ago when we started collecting written nominations. Often these nominations are submitted by an employee's supervisor, subordinate, or even a peer or member of the community who finds it important to recognize the individual for the great work that he or she has accomplished. Those written nominations are then submitted to the awards committee, which is comprised of both sworn and civilian members from every bureau. The committee reviews the nominations and makes recommendations to the sheriff based upon the awards criteria. The process of selecting award winners can be very challenging. There are usually several deserving candidates. With nearly 1,200 members, you can imagine there are many individuals who do outstanding work on a daily basis and also deserve to be recognized. It is now my pleasure to introduce our honored guests as well as members of the Sheriff's Office command staff. Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter, Deputy Monroe County Executive Jeff McCann, Under Sheriff Corey Brown, Chief Deputy Michael Fowler, Jail Superintendent Maurice Leone, Commander Patricio Rojas, Chief of the Court Bureau Dale Earn, Chief of the Civil Bureau Phil Gambato, Major of Police Operations Jeff Wagner, Major of Jail Administration Ed Krenzer, and Major of Jail Operations Sal Amator. I would also like to recognize members of the Sheriff's Foundation as well as members of SOAR who are with us today. As always, we thank you for your support. At this time, I'd like to invite Deputy Monroe County Executive Jeff McCann to the podium to offer his remarks.
Okay, good afternoon. On behalf of Monroe County Executive Adam Bello, it's an honor for me to be here with you today as we recognize the awardees for their exceptional performance on the job and in the community. While Adam is unable to be here today, the county executive asked that I share with you how proud that we in the entire Monroe County administration are of all of you. It's my privilege to stand here today among the people who are essential to the health, safety, and well-being of our community. Thank you to Sheriff Todd Baxter for your leadership, and the many thanks to all the deputies and our talented public safety team for your commitment, bravery, integrity, and professionalism. Those of us who choose careers in public service feel a calling to give back to our community to make it a better place. And as members of the Sheriff's Office, your calling is particularly noble. Your potential for sacrifice is great. The burden we ask you to carry is heavy, and yet you continue to selfishly answer the call to service. As a community, we ask you to show up when we need help. We ask you to solve problems, big and small. And we ask you to put yourselves into harm's way to protect others. When others run away from an emergency, you can be counted to run towards it to help. All of you do that, and on behalf of every Monroe County resident, thank you for rising to that challenge every day and answering the call of duty. It's a difficult job, at times a dangerous one, and often a thankless one. It's a big part of the reason the county executive and the administration have prioritized public safety since day one. We've been proud to support Sheriff Baxter and all the members of the Sheriff's Office, and that includes 50 new deputy positions and negotiating fair and timely contract collective bargaining agreements so that deputies can spend more time doing the job that they enjoy doing and also showing that we appreciate their work and support them totally in that effort. When I look around this room, I see bravery and heroism in each of you. You get up every day, put on your uniform, pin on your badge, often don a bulletproof vest, and dedicate your time to making a difference. Today's ceremony is about those who went above and beyond in their service to the citizens of Monroe County. The awards given today recognize individuals for their distinguished service and for exemplifying the core values of the department. Those receiving awards today have saved lives, performed acts of heroism, and made real and lasting differences in the lives of others. These awards reflect our appreciation for your commitment to serve, whether in a moment of heroism or over the life of an exemplary career. It's my privilege to speak on behalf of the 750 residents who call Monroe County home and who you serve and protect. I appreciate you, we appreciate you, and we stand behind you. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy County Executive McCann. It is now my pleasure to invite Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter to the podium to offer his remarks.
Well, first of all, thank you for everybody taking your time to come here and help us recognize these brave individuals, these servants, these folks that sacrifice. And I think it's so important that family members show up and just get a glimpse of what your loved one does. I know we're humble people, and we don't like to share our stories sometimes with our family members, our friends, or the community. But in this day and age of law enforcement and the undermining of our profession over the last few years, it's just so important that we get together, we celebrate, honor the sacrifices of everybody, including the family members. If you're married or love a person that wears a blue uniform, you've sacrificed quite a bit yourself, and we realize that. So it's very important that you come out and share these stories with us. We're going to recognize some people today. The hard part about being sheriff or any other CEO of a great organization like this is you can't recognize everybody, and we miss a few, and we realize that. That's part of the process. We're going to miss a few very valor stories, right? Very, very honorable stories. We're going to miss service and sacrifice that we just can't see in a 365 organization. It's literally impossible. But we do this, and we humble the people that come up here to get these awards, because they are humble people, to recognize all the other servants that are out there. So I know we're not going to get everybody, but we keep that in mind, that we still got to do this. This is the right thing to do, to get together and commemorate these great heroic activities. I got to express my deep gratitude to the county executive and Mr. McCann, the executive, the deputy county executive. Listen, we've been so supported in the sheriff's office. It's been simply amazing. We've negotiated great contracts. And I'm not here to brag on anything, but if we don't take care of the troops, who's going to do this job? It's been a very difficult job in the last few years, but good contracts is one way to do that, and they've never wavered once, and that's pretty incredible that they stand behind us. So those aren't just words Mr. McCann just said. That's the truth, and with that, we're trying to take care of you and your families so you can go out and do this job. We're also going to recognize today sacrifice. I don't want to say that, just take that term lightly, sacrifice. This job, not to throw too much cold water on a great day, but the average age of death of a law enforcement officer, 58 years old, right? We give. Think about that. We give so much, and we give decades of our life to our community. And people got to recognize that, and we got to stand up proudly and say that we give every day, and the family members give every day. And this is just a glimpse, the right thing, the honorable thing to do. But we got to remember that this job takes. So when you serve, you sacrifice. When your family members serve, we all sacrifice. And this is the right thing to do, as I said before, that we come together and we celebrate just a few of the individuals, and we can celebrate them all. We really should, because when they don that uniform, they give it all, and we'll never stop doing that. On behalf of the command staff, I get to stand up here and give awards out, but really it's the command staff that makes this happen and does all the work behind the scenes. So it's nice to be up here and honor people. It's nice to be up here and say a few words, but really it's a team effort, and I just want to say thank you to everybody, family, the community that comes out to support us, the government officials that support us. We get it done, and we get it done because we're one team, and I truly believe that. So God bless you all. Thanks for coming out. Look forward to recognizing a few people. Take a glimpse of these words of service. Hear the service, the sacrifice, and the honor, the nobility, the valor. You're going to hear stories of valor today. This is what these people do 365 on a moment's notice, and God bless you all for doing it. Thank you for serving our community, and thanks for being a member of the Sheriff's Office. God bless you.
Thank you, Sheriff Baxter. I would now like to call upon the following members of the Sheriff's Office command staff to join the Sheriff on stage. Under Sheriff Corey Brown, Chief Deputy Michael Fowler, Superintendent Maurice Leone, Commander Patricio Rojas, Chief Dale Earn, and Chief Phil Gambato. The first story I'm about to share with you honors 21 people for their excellence. They will be awarded in 3 separate categories. On any given day in the Monroe County Jail, as many as 750 incarcerated individuals are fed 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. It's what our deputies, Trinity Food Service workers, and entrusted incarcerated individuals, known as trustees, do best. But it's no small task. From deliveries to meal prep to serving meals to hundreds of inmates, with perhaps the most critical ingredient of all, compassion for others. It's not easy, yet the process in the kitchen runs like a well-oiled machine thanks to many hands that make the work lighter. Last January 2024, without notice, 3 employees with Trinity, the jail's food service contractor, abruptly quit. A few months prior to that, 2 others had left. The result? A significant sudden shortage of staff with hundreds of inmates left to feed. Without hesitation, the 21 people I'm about to call up, Jail Bureau command staff, deputies, civilian workers, and Trinity staff, didn't think twice about rolling up their sleeves and jumping into the kitchen to help, working round the clock to ensure deliveries, meal prep, and the cooking continued and incarcerated individuals were fed. Everyone pitching in for weeks, doing what they needed to ensure there was no food service disruption, not even in the officers' dining hall, and there was not. Would the following personnel please report to the sheriff? Major Edward Krenzer, Lieutenant Justin Gaddy, and Sergeant Michael Scarpula. The Distinguished Service Medal is given in recognition of your devotion to duty and superior leadership through actions taken as a result of the sudden resignation of contract kitchen staff at the Monroe County Jail. Faced with the daunting task of feeding hundreds of incarcerated persons, you assumed either an incident command or supervisory role to ensure that the remaining Trinity staff, supplemented by jail security staff, were successful in the preparation of thousands of meals over a 2-week period. Your commitment and that of those under your command and supervision is a high watermark in crisis management. Through your diligence and that of on-site supervising staff and deputies, you upheld the value of care and custody inside the jail. It is with great pride and admiration that you are awarded the Distinguished Service Medal. Would the following personnel please report to the sheriff? Sergeant Kathleen Prince, Sergeant Eric Schultz, Deputies Brian Kazak, Kevin Blyer, Michelle DeMarco, Matthew Dufresne, Brian Florak, Nicholas Paternico, Joseph DeClerc, Anthony Drexel, Raysette Olivo Cruz, Darren Tuller, Jeffrey Rathbun, and Jason Smith. The Sheriff's Commendation Ribbon is given in recognition of your devotion to duty through your actions taken as a result of the unexpected resignation of contract kitchen staff in the jail. Faced with the difficult task of feeding hundreds of incarcerated individuals, you and other deputies rolled up your sleeves and assisted the remaining Trinity staff in the preparation of thousands of meals over that 2-week period. You and your fellow deputies rose to the challenge and successfully averted a crisis. Congratulations on a job well done. On behalf of the entire Sheriff's Office, you are awarded the Sheriff's Commendation Ribbon. Would the following personnel please come forward? Miss Betty White, Mr. Justin Iorio, Mr. Charles Chesnick, and Mr. John Aceto. The Civilian Service Award is given in recognition and with appreciation for your dedication to service in an effort to continue to feed hundreds of individuals during a staffing crisis. When staff at Trinity resigned unexpectedly, you and the remaining Trinity personnel, augmented by sheriff's deputies, did a phenomenal job in continuing to meet the nutritional requirements of the persons in our care and custody. Through this dedication and hard work, thousands of meals continued to be served without skipping a beat. We are grateful for all you did and continue to do, and honor you with the Civilian Service Award. Would Deputy Katie Levy please report to the sheriff? The Distinguished Service Medal is given in recognition of your devotion to duty and in appreciation for your many accomplishments in your 22 years of service to MCSO and our community. You have tirelessly given of your own time and treasure for the welfare of others, along with your emotional support dog, Ralph. You serve as a certified first responder and in that capacity have attended to many medical emergencies over the years. As a member of the Sheriff's Honor Guard unit, you have given of yourself with compassion to the families of the deceased during funeral details and at special events where the Honor Guard serves. You currently manage this agency's AEDs to ensure optimum state of readiness, including training staff on their usage. Your dedication to your fellow members and the community is appreciated, and we as an agency are better for your dedication. Congratulations on earning the Distinguished Service Medal. Would Sergeant Benjamin Milos please report to the Sheriff? The Distinguished Service Medal is given in recognition of your devotion to duty, supervisory skill, and career excellence. In your capacity as a first-line supervisor, you have and continue to mentor the newest as well as the most seasoned members. You continue to display qualities that others strive to emulate. Your expertise adds value during the most critical incidents as you direct the proper response. You are to be commended for your superior organizational skills, which continue to be a force multiplier in meeting the expectations of the public we serve. You have lent these skills and knowledge as the sergeant overseeing MCSO's Emergency Vehicle Operations Course, or EVOC School, as well as other members of law enforcement, operate emergency vehicles in a safe and responsible manner. Your professionalism, supervisory skill, critical thinking, and mentoring has and continues to ensure that the Sheriff's Office meets or exceeds the needs of the mission of public safety. Please accept the Distinguished Service Medal. Would Sheriff's Investigator Kevin Bailey please report to the Sheriff? The Distinguished Service Medal is given in recognition of your devotion to duty, service, and career excellence. In your more than 20 years of service, and most noteworthy your position as an investigator, you have consistently demonstrated excellent skill and genuine caring for crime victims. These accomplishments have been and continue to be ones in which others strive to emulate. Your determination for investigating crimes is punctuated by your high standards, thoroughness, professionalism, caring, and legal precision. It is with pride that you are awarded the Distinguished Service Medal. Would retired Deputy Sheriff Edward Cerrone please come forward? The Distinguished Service Medal is given in recognition of your devotion to duty and career excellence with nearly 30 years of public service. Beginning your career in 1994, you served in the STAR unit as a part-time deputy. In 2002, you were hired as a deputy sheriff in the Court Security Bureau and served with distinction. In that capacity, you employed your EMTP certification, responding to several medical emergencies in the courts. In 2004, you became a full-time deputy sheriff in the Police Bureau. During your service as a road patrol deputy, you became a member of the motorcycle unit, and over the many years, you instructed dozens of officers from multiple agencies, helping them to receive their law enforcement motorcycle officer certification. In 2015, you became a school resource officer for BOCES and further distinguished yourself in a particular incident when a student brandished a weapon. Using subject management techniques, you were able to take that student into custody, preventing potential harm to others. Your career has been one of the many achievements all served with honor. It is our privilege to award you the Distinguished Service Medal. Would Mr. Jeff Bouchard and Deputy Katie Levy please come forward? The Civilian Service Award and the Life Saving Medal are presented with admiration for your actions taken on December 15th, 2024, while on a flight from Rochester to Charlotte, North Carolina. You both responded to a fellow passenger who was choking. Together, you administered abdominal thrusts, successfully dislodging the obstruction. The victim quickly recovered. Your actions saved the life of this individual and are emblematic of your humanity and desire to serve others. It is with appreciation and gratitude that you, Mr. Bashore, are presented with the Civilian Service Award and Deputy Levy with the Life Saving Medal. Would Deputy Julie Millar please report to the Sheriff? On September 3rd, 2024, while on a vacation, you observed a fellow restaurant patron choking on some food. Taking immediate and decisive action, you administered the Heimlich maneuver, causing the victim to expel the obstruction. Without your quick actions, the result could have been tragic. You are honored today with the Life Saving Medal. Would Deputies Colby Arnold, Bridget Goodfriend, Aaron Boudre, and Maria Morales please report to the Sheriff? On August 9th of last year, you and your fellow deputies responded to a report of a 1-year-old having breathing difficulties. Upon your arrival, you assessed that the child was in respiratory distress, unconscious, and near death. In what is best described as a team effort, deputies initiated CPR until relieved by responding fire EMS personnel. After you were relieved, you and your fellow deputies began to interview the child's parent, and through this effort were able to obtain critical information, which led to the immediate and proper administration of treatment, saving the baby's life. This team effort to include scene management led to the most beautiful outcome: a life saved. You are all to be commended for your actions taken that evening. Congratulations to each of you on being awarded the Life Saving Medal. Would Deputy Andrew Laughlin please report to the Sheriff? The Sheriff Andrew P. Maloney Award is given with recognition and appreciation for your many good works in our community. From your participation in the annual Polar Plunge for Special Olympics to the annual Law Enforcement Torch Run, you have always made these programs a top priority. You have volunteered your time and given in support of many other causes, such as Cure Childhood Cancer, as well as help to beautify your community through your volunteerism with Keep Gates Clean. You further serve our community as a council member for the town of Gates. Your spirit of community and desire to better our world is the foundation of your character. It is with our pleasure to honor you with the Sheriff Andrew P. Maloney Award. Would Deputy Michelle DeMarco please report to the Sheriff? The Sheriff Andrew P. Maloney Award is given with recognition and appreciation for your many good works, both while serving as a deputy sheriff as well as your volunteerism in the community. You have consistently gone above and beyond your duties to include showing compassion and kindness to assist in locating stable housing and reliable transportation for a struggling employee. Friesen for a Reason is a cause dear to your heart as well, as you promote and participate in the annual Polar Plunge for Special Olympics. You continue to donate your time and support by supplying nutritious, prepared meals to Camp Good Days at your own expense. We recognize this comes as a result of your compassion and humanity for others. Your outstanding efforts during a staffing crisis notwithstanding, you continue to demonstrate your spirit and desire to make a positive and lasting impression and difference in the lives of others. It is with gratitude that you are honored with the Sheriff Andrew P. Maloney Award for Public Service. Would Deputy Michael Otley please report to the Sheriff? The core values of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office are that of respect, integrity, teamwork, and excellence. Those values can be difficult to articulate, but are consistently displayed and lived out by you. From your exceptional work with your K-9 partner, Peak, to providing recruit-level training in the academy, you have consistently exhibited the values of our agency. Your ability to share your experience and training has served as a force multiplier in everything from training other handlers to multiple investigations. You even volunteer to give demonstrations to community groups, serving as an ambassador for the Sheriff's Office. It is with great pride that you are honored with the Core Values Award. Would Sergeant Robert Rozier please report to the Sheriff? As we just mentioned, the core values of our agency are respect, integrity, teamwork, and excellence. As a supervisor, you are always approachable and often proactively mentor those under your responsibility. In the correctional setting, giving respect to others to include command staff, peers, and incarcerated individuals ensures an efficient, professional, and safe working environment. Much of your success is highlighted by not only your experiences, but your ability to listen, lending credibility to direction and response. Your boots-on-the-ground leadership style is one others want to emulate. For your excellence, you are presented with the Core Values Award. Would Deputy David Russell please report to the Sheriff? You too, sir, are honored with the Core Values Award, embodying respect, integrity, teamwork, and excellence. Through your actions, those in our care and custody, as well as your fellow deputies, have benefited from your desire and internal fortitude to serve. These actions have and continue to emulate our core values. Regardless of the scenario, you exceed the expectations of a deputy sheriff with humility and humanity. Your positive attitude and motivation serves as a model for those around you. On behalf of the entire Sheriff's Office, please accept the Core Values Award. Would Deputy Bethany Masten please report to the Sheriff? It is with great pride and admiration that you are honored with the Deputy Sheriff of the Year Award for your outstanding devotion to duty and to the citizens we serve. Throughout your career, you have demonstrated a level of professionalism, compassion, and a desire for learning and self-improvement. Some examples of this are demonstrated by the sheer number of different assignments and trainings you have posted for and served in over the years, everything from elder abuse training and DARE to domestic violence instructor course and rescue task force training, and many more. You consistently share your expertise with your fellow deputies and with members of our community. Your personal values were especially on display when you responded to a call for service at a local school for a student who made a threat. As a result of that investigation, you, Deputy Masten, discovered that the student in question made the statement out of frustration. The student was proud to have a popular, well-sought-after backpack that the student feared would be ruined by other students carrying out a social media trend. Rather than just writing it off, Deputy Masten looked further into the situation and discovered the backpack was actually the student's prized possession. A deeper dive into the student's family and background revealed that the family had inadequate living conditions, lacking even basic necessities like a bed for the student and the student's siblings. Knowing the student and some of his siblings were athletes, Deputy Masten reached out to Primetime 585 And together, the deputy, with the help of Primetime 585 and its founder, Karen Iglesia, as well as the school district, was able to connect the family with resources to outfit them with beds, living room furniture, clothing, bedding, and towels. Because of your compassion and strong desire to help this family, you arranged for those needs to be met, which had an immediate and lasting impact on their lives. This act of kindness led to improved school attendance and athletic performance for the student and his siblings. It was a simple yet powerful demonstration of how a small act of compassion can create lasting positive change. Deputy Masten serves as a model of understanding, patience, and care for others. Also, your assignment with community services has made a lasting impact on many young lives by being approachable and caring as you connect with them in our schools, often building a bridge between law enforcement and the school community. This position led to Deputy Masten working part-time as a school sentry in the Fairport School District. In one instance, Deputy Masten is credited with building a rapport with an agitated student and successfully separating that student from a triggering situation. You displayed a calm and patient demeanor and were able to get the student re-regulated. Another example of how your compassion for others positively impacts the lives of others. For these reasons and many more, you are awarded Deputy Sheriff of the Year. Would the following personnel please report to the sheriff? Deputy Eric Perkins and Deputy Justin Colon. The Medal of Valor Award is the highest honor bestowed upon an individual at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and the two deputies that stand before you are most deserving of this award. On September 28, 2024, at about 7:40 p.m., while on routine patrol, Deputies Perkins and Colon responded to a check the welfare call that quickly escalated to a call for a structure fire with people trapped and screaming at the Avalon Apartments on Empire Boulevard in Penfield. Deputies Perkins and Colon were the first on scene and arrived to a working fire at the multi-unit apartment complex. There was heavy smoke pouring out of Building 1. After speaking to two of the residents who had made it out safely, the residents stated there was thick smoke coming from the third floor, and they heard screaming coming from one of the apartments, apartment number 10. Without hesitation, Deputies Perkins and Colon entered the building and went right to apartment 10, where they began knocking on the door. When there was no response, they breached the door and were hit with heavy billowing smoke. Rather than run from danger, these deputies did just the opposite and continued inside. Due to the intensity of the smoke, the deputies dropped to their hands and knees to get underneath the smoke and began searching the apartment, crawling their way through in an attempt to locate anyone inside. Through that thick smoke, Deputies Perkins and Colon noticed an active fire in the left-hand corner of the apartment. While continuing to crawl to stay low to the ground and without consideration for their own personal safety, they heard screaming coming from a rear bedroom. The deputies rushed through the bedroom door and located a teenager inside. Deputies Perkins and Colon instructed the teen to take a deep breath with them, and the three of them ran out of the building to safety. The teenager was then evaluated by EMS, who had arrived on scene. Deputies Perkins and Colon didn't stop there. Both then went back into the building toward danger again and up to the third floor to check the adjacent apartment. They began the process of evacuating the residents of the building along the way by knocking on each door and helping residents to either run or walk outside to safety. In one instance, they had to breach another door when there was no answer, and the resident was able to run out of the building to safety. In all, about a dozen people were evacuated that evening, led by the efforts of Deputies Perkins and Colon. By this time, additional deputies, firefighters, and EMS had arrived on scene, and fire and EMS took control of the fire situation. As for that teenager that the deputies rescued from apartment number 10, that individual suffered minor burns and was expected to be okay. Deputies Perkins and Colon, the actions you took that evening likely prevented a tragedy from occurring. Your bravery is to be commended. Had it not been for your efforts, the outcome would have likely been quite different. It is with great respect and admiration that you are both awarded the prestigious Medal of Valor, the highest honor given by the Sheriff's Office, and the first time it has ever been presented. On behalf of the entire Sheriff's Office and our community, thank you and congratulations.
Please join me in one final round of applause for this year's awards recipients. Finally, I would like to recognize all the hard work and commitment of the members of the awards committee, not only for their work in organizing and preparing the ceremony, but for the year-long commitment to ensure that all the achievements our members accomplished receive the appropriate recognition. At this time, would everyone please rise for the benediction being offered by MCSO Chaplain Deputy Kevin Cutney.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this time. As we go forward to perform our sworn duties, keep us safe, keep us on guard, and keep us ready for any danger that comes with this position. Guide us with your wisdom and bring us safely home to our loved ones. In your holy name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. We have light desserts and refreshments for everyone following the event. Thank you for all coming.